Hello, I'm Yasmin, and welcome to Mental Health Convos and Convos for Elevation. Today's video will be about the abuse has to stop. Let's talk domestic violence. So, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, so I wanted to discuss a few factors surrounding domestic violence. Let's get into the video. Now, over the years, it has been known as, domestic violence, and now sometimes it's referred to as intimate partner violence. But ultimately, what is intimate partner violence? It's the abuse or aggression that occurs in a close relationship. Intimate partner refers to both current and former spouses and dating partners. Intimate partner violence can vary in how often it happens and how severe it is. It can range from one episode of violence that could have a lasting impact to chronic and severe episodes over multiple years. And typically, there are four types of behavior. Where there's physical violence, is when a person hurts or tries to hurt someone by hitting, kicking, or using any type of physical force. Sexual violence, when they force someone or attempt to force someone to take part in a sexual act. Stalking is pattern of repeated or unwanted attention or contact by a partner. And psychological aggression, where people may yell and abuse you psychologically. So this domestic violence and intimate partner violence, this topic is, really close to me because I've spent some time volunteering at a shelter here in Middle Georgia, Rescue Mission of Middle Georgia. This is one of my favorite places to volunteer. Last year, I tried to put some of the pinwheels in the yard to raise awareness about domestic violence. But this is one thing that I would say that I'm passionate about as well. My major in school right now is human and social services. So I've had my feet wet in different areas of human services, whether it be, abuse and neglect, CPS, food stamps, family, Office of Family Independence, foster care, like I said, child welfare, mental health. I've had my hand in different experiences with human and social services, but I will say that helping women and children that have been involved in domestic violence situation or intimate partner violence has been one of the ones that I really enjoy working. Although there, although a lot of times women are victims of intimate partner violence, don't get me wrong, women are not the only victims. Men can be victims of domestic violence or intimate partner violence as well. It happens. We just don't hear about it a lot. And I guess one of the reasons why we don't hear about it a lot is because men are ashamed. For some men, it's like, okay, you know what? My girlfriend is beating me up and my girlfriend is very abusive. But that makes me feel less of a man if I say, hey, y'all, my girlfriend is speeding up. But fellas, don't get me wrong. If you're watching this video, please do not, tolerate the abuse that you are receiving. Okay, it's not okay. Even though you're a man, that's fine. It's not okay to be abused. Period. So there is a link between, intimate partner violence, domestic violence, and mental health. Um, Before we get into that, I'll talk about, the different types of abuse. People really go through this daily, on a daily basis, where they're getting beaten, where they're being talked to in a manner that belittles them, that makes them feel low. And I really hate it. I really hate it. I really hate to see people at their worst. I really hate to see people getting abused, whether it's physical abuse where someone is putting their hands on you, hitting you, slapping you, punching you. I know if y'all can tell, I'm a 90s baby, so I may refer to some people that you all may not know, but I know with Fabulous and Emily B, at some point, Fabulous and her were, well, they're together, but he punched her or hit her at some point, and remember, allegedly, okay, allegedly, Fabulous hit Emily B, allegedly. Continuing. And people, say, well, why did she go back and why did she go back? Now, and the reason I brought them up is because when it comes to people not wanting to leave a relationship, sometimes people become comfortable in the relationship. Sometimes people just say, you know what, I have nowhere to go. I don't have any money. My kids, my this right here is just all I know. So sometimes they won't leave the relationship, but they need extra support too, deal with what's going on and connect themselves to resources to get out of that situation, because no one deserves to be hit on, no one deserves to be beaten on, no one deserves to be stalked, no one deserves to be in any type of abusive situation. So y'all don't forget, please stay and watch to the end of the video, because I'm going to cover one of my favorite movies that has a lot of intimate partner violence or domestic violence in it. So y'all make sure you stay tuned, okay? But just letting y'all know, abuse in any form is not okay. There are resources available. You do not have to deal with that. Domestic violence is the single best indicator of murder suicides in the United States. And if this is you, if you are someone that is going through these types of things, make sure you document everything. Document damaged property, document injuries, document. When you call the police, keep a copy of the police report. Just document. So if something happens, you got some paperwork to help you. So victims of abuse, sometimes there are behaviors and mental health disorders that become linked to their abuse, and there are things like trauma, PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder, self esteem and confidence issues, anxiety, depression, substance abuse, and suicide. And we'll talk about this more as I discuss the movie. I thought that this will be a good example to show y'all. If you've watched the movie, please comment down below and let me know if you've ever watched the movie. Also, if you have any feedback or commentary that you want to share below, please do so. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's keep this thing going, okay? All right, y'all. So the movie that I'll be talking about is called What's Love Got to Do with It? And in this movie, it stars Angela Bassett and Lawrence Fishburne. The movie came out in the 90s, in the early 90s. I know I was a kid when this movie came out, but even though it came out in 1993, I was born in 1990. It's still a really good movie, and I probably watched it maybe a year ago or so. So if you all have seen the movie before, make sure you comment and let me know. Okay, so moving forward, let's get into it. So the movie What's Love Got to Do with It deals with the life of Ike Turner and Tina Turner, who's his wife. They're performers, they're in the music industry, and have made some awesome music over the years. It was way before my time. However, like I said, the movie came out when I was a kid. I saw it. I watched it. It's a pretty good movie. So in the movie, it just shows different scenes of Tina Turner being abused by Ike. And that's the whole purpose of this here video, is just to go over some of the different types of abuse that we see in this movie. So if you've been on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any other social media websites, you will know, I know at some point you all have seen that Ike Turner meme, such as the one in this here picture where Ike Turner is like, I wish you would. So I just thought about that. So I just wanted to throw that in there. If y'all haven't seen the meme, it's been floating around. I'm not going to tell y'all the whole movie. I just wanted to point out a few things. And again, y'all, some of the things in this movie may not be completely true. Sometimes things are movies, and movies may be a little bit different from what happened in real life. Or, for example, a book versus a movie. Sometimes it's a little bit fabricated. Sometimes it may not. Sometimes there may be be some creative freedom in there. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I don't want y'all to just take it and be like, yes, man, on mental health convos and blah, blah, blah. So I just want to go ahead and throw that out there, okay? So some things may have happened, some things may have not. I just saw the different scenes and I just wanted to break it down so you all can see, some things that may go on in a relationship that has domestic violence or intimate partner violence. Okay, y'all? That's it. That's it. All right, moving on. So one thing that I wanted to point out is stalking. Sometimes in domestic violence relationships, when women do try to leave or men, there's some stalking going on. So that means if you are in a relationship and you're trying to get away from that person, I would suggest that you cut off contact. Okay, and what I mean by cut off contact, that means social media, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff, go ahead and disable it for a little bit. Snapchat too. What y'all don't know is some of these social media apps may tell where your location is. That's why I stopped using Snapchat, because Snapchat will tell people what road you're on. So if somebody's really trying to find you, they can pull up Snapchat, look for friends, and some people may try to disable it, and that's fine too. But sometimes these things just have a way of getting your information and putting your information out there. I know Facebook, one time I had a notification that says, hey, such and such is near you, and I'm like, wait, what? So yeah, these social media different platforms will let people know where you are. So that's one thing I would say. Get rid of that social media, okay? Get it off, uninstall the app, get it off your phone so people can't find where you are. Another thing, if you are living in some type of shelter, so if you are living in some type of shelter, I would suggest that if you do have some people close to you, some family members that you trust, to not tell your abuser where you are. You can tell them, say, hey, I'm safe. Don't worry about me. I'm safe. I'm at this shelter for women, or whatever the case may be. Let them know that you are safe. However, do not let them know the location. And some of you may say, well, why not? Because I would hate for them to tell your abuser where you are. Some people slip up. They don't mean to tell your business, but they will ultimately say, oh yeah, she's over there on such and such street at the shelter. And you never know who talks. That's why I'm a private person. I don't like people knowing my business at all. At all. Because you tell one person and that person tells somebody else and that person tells somebody else, and boom, it's spreading like wildfire. Everybody knows that you're at the shelter now. So I would say, if you do want to talk to somebody or tell somebody something, say, hey, I'm safe. You know my situation. Another one. So sometimes people will start using substances to deal with the abuse or to cope with the abuse. And sometimes the abusers are abusing substances. So that is one reason why they may act the way that they do, because they're on drugs. Okay. And another one is a suicide attempt. Sometimes people feel like they can't get out of it, or they have no help. They have no one to go to. They don't know about the resources that are available to them. Their abuser has mind control over them, and they feel they have no way out. So some may contemplate suicide. Some may attempt suicide. And then also, just an extension of this scene right here is, so she's Anime. It's her real name, but stage name is Tina. She overdoses on pills, trying to kill herself. So in the ambulance, I says to her, if you don't make it, I'll kill you. Bitch, I'll kill you. that that was just like really wow. If you don't make it, I'll kill you. So this picture right here is from the limo scene where Ike is getting mad at Tina. He said, what do you think you're doing talking to me like that? And she's looking at him like, you know what, I'm sick of your shh. That's what she looks like. And then in this scene right here, he gets mad. He starts slapping her, and then he takes off his shoe and starts beating her with his shoe. And then in this scene, she finally starts to fight back. And she told him, she said, Ike, I'm not in the mood today. And she starts fighting him, and she scratches him. And then she gets out of the limo and she runs away. Now, you know, Ike abuses her in so many different ways. He manipulates her. I know she had just had a baby, and he in the movie now. Of course, like I said, some of this stuff isn't really true, but it's just a movie. He basically stole her away from the hospital. Like, come on, we got money to make, we got shows to do. Like, this lady just had a baby. He's not giving her body time to heal, not letting her get the medical treatment she needs. He's like, we out of here. We got shows to, we got money to make. That's just control and manipulation. And she's like, okay, I can, and she's singing. No, ma'am. So ladies, please take care of yourself. Please, at the end of this video, I have some resources. So if this is you're going through this type of situation in any way, shape, or form, please get connected with some resources to get the help you need. And another thing from the movie that made me say, this man here, when I said, if you die, I'll kill you. Now, how you gonna kill her if she's already dead? See, that's just a whole different level of abuse. You hear me? So let's talk about financial abuse. Now, in some relationships, men will control the money. Even though the woman may go out and work and have a job, he may control the money where she doesn't have access to it. If she needs something, she has to come to him. And that reminds me, sometimes in situations where there's financial abuse. Or let me go to the movie. Let me talk about the movie real quick. So Tina, she doesn't have any money, any credit cards, anything on her. So she runs to the hotel, and then she meets one of the workers at the hotel, and she's like, "Hey, I'm Tina Turner. I don't have any money." And she's trying to get a man one of the rings off her finger, because she doesn't have any money. And he's like, "You know what? That's fine. We'll get you cleaned up. We'll get you settled in." That's just an example of financial assets, being blocked off in violence, domestic violence relationships. This is a tactic that some abusers may use where they control the money. And this right here is the rape scene in the movie. And basically what happened before this is, Tina was in the studio singing, and I was like, "Bitch, you gonna sing this song how we need you to sing it. If you don't sing it right, people ain't gonna buy this motherfucker." Just talking to her, you know, just very loud, rude, and obnoxious, and just a lot of verbal abuse going on. But anyway, so he pushes her. She's not in the mood for sex. She doesn't want to have sex with him, and he's just taking it anyway, raping her. So again, this is a form of sexual abuse. If a woman says no, that means no. She can be your wife. She can be your girlfriend. No means no. So in this scene right here, Tina and Ike are eating with their friends. Well, some dancers. I think Jackie. And Ike gets mad. He said, "Eat the cake." Anime. So this is where a lot of people use the term "eat the cake" anime. And he pushes the cake in her face. She doesn't want it. And then he gets up and then he slaps Jackie. Tina's trying to go and she's upset and he hits her. And it's just like, ladies, you do not deserve this type of behavior. Do not allow anyone to treat you this way. It is not okay. It's not. So, like I said, at the end of the video, I got some resources to connect y'all with. If you know someone that may be in this situation, please share this video to them. Share this video with them, excuse me, and let them know that it's not okay. There are resources, and if any of the things that are going on in this here video is happening to someone you know or happened to you, don't be scared. Help is available, okay? And in the movie, Jackie, she says, "You ain't gotta hit me but once." And she tells Tina, she said, "It's not okay to let a motherfucker pound on you." And it's not. Y'all better take notes from Jackie. She said what she said, okay? I really hate that Tina Turner had to go through all of that abuse for years. And one thing that I did like about the movie is that not only does I mean, it's a good movie overall to watch. Y'all make sure y'all watch it, okay? And let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you enjoyed the movie. But one thing I like about it is that it did openly portray how domestic violence really does happen. And being a celebrity, your life is magnified by a million. Everything that goes on is just now your personal business. It's not your personal business anymore. That's the business for the blogs, for your fan base, for everyone to know. So I know that's very alarming, but I do like that the movie does how do I say this, does shed light on real life domestic violence situations, and that I can even now, use this video as a way to teach people about domestic violence and intimate partner violence. So that's one thing that I like about it. And two, let me just give a shout out to Miss Angela Bassett and Mr. Lawrence Fishburne, because they did these parts. You hear me? They really played their parts very well. But moving on, let's talk about some resources. So the first resource is the National Domestic Violence Hotline, which is 1-800-799-SAFE, and SAFE is 7233. It's free and confidential. Another one is the hotline.org, the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, which is ncadv.org, and then the Suicide Prevention Lifeline, which is 1-800-273-8255. So, thank you guys, and well, thank you all so much for watching this video. I love you all. Peace, abundance, and blessings to you. If you are new here, please subscribe. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up so other people can see it. Okay, please engage with me so other people can see it and other people can learn about mental health and domestic violence and all of the other great things that I have to offer on my channel. Thank you so much. I love y'all. Bye.